You guys ready to race? Ready to be.
You.
Yo, what up, Honcho? Just give me a minute. I'm just uploading a thumbnail.
Nothing chilling.
Same here, just chilling. I just woke up like maybe about 2 hours ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, and I'm just starting on these agendas for that free 10-pack box. Just starting the grind for that. It shouldn't take more than like an hour and a half to get it. It's not that long of challenges. It's not that many of them, and they're all real easy. So it might take like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, not too long. And I like collecting these free 10-pack boxes. I always tell people that these free 10-pack boxes, they have about a $30 value. So you might as well get these challenges completed and get that box because it does have like a $30 value on it.
This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy.
But I'm nothing too excited. I wanted to open up a Hall of Fame box or something today. I wanted to open up maybe a 51-pack box.
Lillard, then it's Wesley Matthews, and it's Lopez.
I'm about to go to sleep. I did homework all. I just wanted to say what's up. All right, thanks for stopping through, my dude. I appreciate it. Get some sleep, my dude. I did not get much sleep last night. My air conditioning went out, and we had to leave my house and go to my sister's house. Which good thing my sister has like a huge house, and she lives like maybe, I think like 10 minutes away from us. So me, my girl, and my son, and my mom's, we all went to my sister's house, and we spent the night over there, and that's where I'm at right now. Because my whole AC unit went out on the first day of summer break. The whole air conditioning unit just died out on us. So now we got an AC person looking at it today, and hopefully, we'll be able to get the AC unit fixed like really quick and for cheap. Because normally, like an AC unit is pretty expensive, and what a coincidence that our AC unit went out on the first day of summer. Like, I've had the worst luck ever the last couple of months. My car's still in the shop, and then on top of my car being in the shop, my AC unit went out. So I'm fucking real heated about shit.
But man, once he got that edge, he never lost it. Terrific placement on the bounce pass.
So I figured now is a little time to escape reality, escape the stress, and just play some NBA 2K.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see.
Yeah, what the wicked part is like an AC unit for your house can cost like, if you gotta replace that whole unit, it can replace like, it costs like $4,000 to replace it. And I was like, I am not ripping any packs until I get everything in my house in order. I'm talking about until I get my car back from the shop, until I get, the AC unit fixed. I'm not spending any money on this game because I have too many like real life things going on to spare like $100 on the game. And I just got Yao Ming, so it's not that I really need it. But I've been itching to rip like a box or a 51-pack so badly. Kinda sucks when you can't rip a box or rip a 51-pack. But like I said, I've got too many things going on to be spending money like that. And on top of it, I haven't been to work in like 3 weeks because of my car being in the shop. For those of you that don't know, I do Uber, DoorDash, a whole bunch of things, Lyft. But I make money on my car, depend on my car to make money. And my car's never been in the shop. It's a brand new, I want to say the car's from 2021, maybe the end of 2020. Toyota Camry. It's never been in the shop. The second I got done paying that car off, which was like last month, I just got done paying the car off. The car was $30,000. I got it paid off. The second I got it paid off, a whole bunch of little things went wrong with the car. Every little thing that you can think of in the book, it started to go wrong with the car now that it's paid off. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, just I've been running into some bad luck between my car breaking down and now the AC unit in the house. Oh my god, I don't have any spare cash. I'm like so stressing right now.
To the wing, right side. Pass to Wilkins. Here's Duncan.
And I hate when so many like shitty things happen at once. You know, I could take the car breaking down on me and like having to deal with that, but like also the AC unit breaking down on me, I'm like, give me a break.
Just under 2.5 minutes played.
Give me a break, God. But it is what it is, and hopefully, my gosh.
Here's Wilkins.
I've kind of got a rental car now, so I want to say I've adapted to not having my car. But you cannot adapt to not having AC in Orlando, Florida. You cannot live without your AC unit in Orlando. And
so it's Portland now.
No, we were trying to go without the AC for just one night last night, and we just couldn't make it. So we got in the car and we all drove to my sister's house, and that's where I'm at right now. I appreciate that, Honcho. Yeah, it's been a tough like month or two now, and I just don't have any spare cash to spend on the game like I usually do. I usually have. I want to say like about $300 to $400 that I could spare every month on the game, which is really irresponsible of me. That's super irresponsible to spend that much money on the game when there's like so much other stuff you could be doing with your money and putting it into your savings, and just heck, even donating some of that to charity or something. But there's so much other things, better things, more important things you could be doing with your money than spending it on 2K. Like I said, usually I have about $300 to $400 every month that I can spare on the game, but I just haven't been able to do it because everything from my car breaking down to the AC unit now breaking down in my house just keeps on popping up. So at this point, I would just like to avoid any more bad luck and just get this summer started the right way. Yeah, the only thing I buy is usually the Hall of Fame pass. Like maybe one box a week, one half box a week. I like doing that a lot, but I haven't been able to do that. But I always buy the Hall of Fame pass. This month, I was so damn broke that all I was able to do was buy the Hall of Fame pass for $20, and then I usually buy all the level skips to level 40. But this time around, this season, the only thing I could afford was the Hall of Fame pass, and then I had to grind to level 40. Which is something I haven't done since last year, and I forgot how much work it was to grind to level 40. It was a lot of work, and it made me realize being no money spent on this game, trying to play this game, no money spent,
to the middle.
I'm not sure if it's exactly fun, and it's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work to do all of this grinding, and you know, people like Indy, you've been grinding like crazy the last month or two. Yeah, that's because I'm dead broke. My car's in the shop, my AC unit is busted in the house. I gotta get things fixed up. I figured, hey, how else am I gonna improve my team? How else am I gonna make upgrades and add Dark Matters, add 100s to my team? Well, I realized the company, 2K's kind of in a giving mood these last few seasons, and I realized there is a lot of good things to get from grinding salary cap. There is a lot of good things to get from grinding domination. There is a lot of good prizes, not showdown. The prizes and the reward system from Showdown is absolutely broken. But the prizes are pretty damn good in domination and salary cap, and even the park every Sunday has really good stuff. So I've been just grinding everything away. The events, you gotta work the events too. And
here's McCollum, drives to the hoop.
I've also been working the events, doing the MT method, and I've been able to stack a pretty penny, a good amount of MT. I'm still at 9.2 million MT, on my way back to 10 mil. And I've been able to buy myself a good amount of players and build myself a really good, fun team. Do I have any invincibles? No, but I do have a good amount of 100s now, and I'm having fun with my team because I'm winning. That's the most important thing. As long as I'm winning in Showdown, I'm having fun.
There's 48 seconds left in the first. Buries it from 3.
That's another thing, Honcho, is that if you just buy everything in the game like I usually do, I buy the Hall of Fame pass and then all the level skips, and then, you know, you're just ripping packs constantly. You don't feel that urge, that need to, like, really grind out any of the modes. Like, you don't want to grind out salary cap. You don't want to grind out domination for players and badges. You become kind of lazy at the game when you're just buying everything. And in the last few months since I started grinding a lot of the game, I'm having a lot more fun with it, because it just, instead of just buying things, you know, I'm actually grinding out the game, and I have, you know, things to look forward to. Like, you know, like, hey, I need to win this game so I can get to level 40. Hey, I need to win this game of domination so I can get these badges and this player. So it's actually been a lot of good stuff to grind for. There's actually been a lot of good stuff that the company's been giving out for free, mostly in salary cap. Last night I was grinding the game out until like 6:30 in the morning to get to 2,500 points in one night. And I got my 100 shard, but if I would have made it to 5,000 points in salary cap this season, I would have got a free dark matter and a free 100. So I feel like the game has been really giving, and they've been giving out a lot of good free stuff. If you just grind the game, you have to spend time grinding the game, and that's what I've been doing the last few months. Yo, what up, Bats? You know, like I said, in the last I want to say month or two, not only is my car still in the shop, but my AC unit just broke down last night. So I need every spare, you know, bit of money that I can get my hands on to fix my AC unit and fix my car and get it running. So I don't have the spare cash, you know, to spend on the game like I usually do. And that turned me into a real grinding machine. Like, I'm over here grinding to get to level 40 in a weekend. That was fun. I'm over here grinding the events to get all that MT and those event cards. That's fun. I've been completing those challenges for the free 10-pack box that have a $30 value. That's been fun. So, you actually grind out the game instead of buying every little thing under the sun, you know, it becomes a little bit more fun. The Ascension board, it has a little bit more meaning and value, and you're not just, you know, getting all the picks at once, and you're just, you know, getting them day by day or grinding to level up to level 40. It makes the game a whole lot more fun, actually grinding out the game and completing the challenges, you know, as you're trying to get to level 40. So I think grinding to level 40, especially this season, because I had to do it in one weekend, it really gives you something to look forward to, and it gives you something to do in the game. Instead of just always playing Showdown at the park, that gets a little bit repetitive. And I feel like throwing in some agendas, you know, some challenges, it actually makes the game fun. So that's all you have to do nowadays is, you know, especially now that we're like in season 7 heading towards season 8. And I think they have it listed that there's only like 9 seasons this year. There's really no reason to spend on the game if 2K26 is right around the corner. You feel me, guys? 2K26 is right around the corner, and you know, and this company is going to tell you, hey, it's time to start all over again, and it's time to start back from the beginning and rip packs for diamond cards and pink diamonds. So, you know, with everything that's been happening to me in, you know, real life, and all the things that have come up, and all the money that I need, you know, to fix my car and my AC, and I just haven't felt there. And the fact that I have 10 million MT stacked up, I really haven't felt the urge or the need to rip any packs since like season 6. Actually, no, since like season 5. And the fact that I've been winning so much in Showdown, and that's my main mode is Showdown. You know, if you're winning in your main mode, if your main mode is the park, or your main mode is Showdown or salary cap, and you're out there dominating with your team, with your squad, there's no reason to make or force a bunch of, you know, improvements and upgrades to your team if your team is looking good and you're winning. If you're winning, the only reason why you should make any sort of changes on your squad is just because you're bored of seeing the same faces, which I completely understand that. Sometimes I want to make changes to my lineup just to see like a new face or two. Oh, Head Honcho, you don't know how much I miss Unlimited. I miss 2K24. I still play 2K24 for those of you that don't know. And if you guys want to see me stream that game still, I'll do it like, you know, once a week. But I play that game at least 2 to 3 times a week. And the reason for it is because I miss Kobe so much in this game. We're playing a basketball game in 2025 that does not have Kobe Bean Bryant in it. Probably the second greatest basketball player of all time, only behind Michael Jordan. We're playing a basketball game in 2025 that doesn't have Kobe in it. That doesn't make any sense to me, guys. It should be real easy for 2K to secure that license, considering how much money they make as a company. They have a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I'm sure they could pay for the licensing to get Kobe Bryant back. It doesn't make sense to not have Kobe in a basketball game. It takes away half the fun from the game. It definitely brings it down a couple of notches. And another thing that was great about 2K24 was Unlimited. It was a perfect mode. The point system, fuck the tier system. We need to get back to the point system. There's not one single person that is enjoying this tier system and trying to move up in tiers for no reason if you don't get any sort of prize or reward for moving up in the tier system. And then when you get to tier 1, it still doesn't matter. The prizes and the rewards, they're the same thing as if you were in tier 5, tier 15, or tier 20. It doesn't matter. So you might as well stay in the lower tiers, because going into tier 1 has no value. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to stress yourself out, because all the matches are going to be very sweaty and there's going to be a bunch of tryhards in tier 1. But there's basically no reason at getting into tier 1 for moving up in tiers, because the prizes, the rewards, they suck. Where last year in Unlimited, you wanted to move up in the point system. You wanted to rank up, because at 1,500 points, you got a player. At 2,500 points, you got another player. At 5,000 points, you probably got MT. At 15,000 points, you probably got a bunch of free packs. And at 20,000 points, you get something like Dark Matter Glen Rice for free. The best part of the game that was able to run the whole year. You got them for absolutely nothing for free. And that's why I think Unlimited and its point system and its reward system was far better than anything Showdown has given us this year. There hasn't been anything good given to us in Showdown. That's a whole year of grinding out that mode and playing that sweaty ass mode with a bunch of comp players and a bunch of tryhards for no fucking reason. There's no reason to play Showdown unless you really love 5v5 for the love of hoops. But that's the only reason why you're playing Showdown, not because the prizes are fucking amazing and you find the mode so rewarding, because it's really not rewarding at all. So that's why I agree that they need to go back to Unlimited for sure. Yo, what up, Mainstream 2K? We got Mainstream 2K in the building. The king of vertical live streams. This guy is tearing it up over there on vertical live streams. And if you don't know, go check out his channel. Check out how many views he's racking in nowadays.
The three is up.
Guy is fucking living large.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Lillard against Antetokounmpo. Right outside. Here's Batum.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much, Mainstream. I was so hyped up that I got Yao Ming.
In the act of shooting.
Oh my god, man, when I got Yao Ming, I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. I was like in shock for the whole night. That's how happy I was. That's how ecstatic and hyped up I was. I couldn't believe, like, I had a...
The thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
My family just got home, but like I was saying,
Lopez, he's checked in.
I didn't even know. I couldn't even believe my eyes that it was Yao Ming, and I was so hyped up and I was so ecstatic and excited, like the whole night. I just kept on checking my collection to make sure he was actually in there. That's how excited and hyped up I was about getting Yao Ming. Getting Yao Ming not only changed my lineup, but it changed the way I have to spend my MT. I didn't have to. I was gonna spend my MT to get like a Yao Ming, to get Shaq, to try to get Invincible Wemby. But I don't even need to get any of those cards anymore, because I got 7'7", 100 overall Yao Ming I want to say he's the best card in the game besides Invincible Wemby. And
Aldridge finds Lillard. Batum left side.
I think the only card that could replace a 100 Yao Ming is just a GOAT Yao
Now
Ming.
here's Lillard.
There's really nothing that could replace a 100 Yao Ming. And I want to say he's either the best card in the game or the second best card in the game. The only card that would be better than him is just Invincible Wemby.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised you didn't.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me catch up with what Mainstream is saying. I did not 27,000 plus Twitter impressions. That's what Lethal 2K shared your reaction. I'm hyped that you got Yao. That's so dope. Your reaction video has 27,000 Twitter impressions. Yo, man, I didn't even fucking know that, and you just completely shocked the shit out of me just now, and just completely shared some news with me that I had no knowledge of. So I'm definitely gonna check that out later on, because I didn't know that my reactions to getting Yao Ming got 27,000 Twitter hits. That's pretty impressive, pretty cool. But my son was also there with me, and he was also a big part of it that day. And he also made getting Yao Ming and pulling that card so much more cooler and exciting and hyped up. Like, he went just as crazy as I did when he saw that we pulled Yao Ming together. So I'm really glad my son was there when we pulled him. But yeah, Yao Ming is dope. He changed my whole lineup. He changed the way I play the game. He changed the way my team runs, and he changed like I said, the way I could spend my MT, the financial MT freedom he gave me, because now I don't have to spend 2 to 3 million MT to get a really good center like Shaq or Porzingis. I don't have to spend 15 million MT to get a Victor Wembanyama. I got Yao Ming now, and like I said, that card is probably gonna run for me the rest of the game. That's how good the card is. 100 Yao Ming. To me, you can't beat it. The only thing that can beat it is GOAT Yao Ming or an Invincible Wemby. But 100 Yao Ming, he's all that and then some. The card is great. He plays great. He's 7'7". He's got like a 7'9" wingspan. He blocks everything. He gets every rebound. His jump shot is real smooth. His jump shot is real consistent, real easy to green. And I'm absolutely in love with the card. And it changed the way I play the game. And it made me even look more forward to playing the game. Like, now that I have such an elite card on my team, it made me real happy. It made my whole week. It was actually the highlight of like my month, because like I said, in this last month, my car broke down, and it's been in the shop for 3 weeks now, and I haven't been to work in 3 weeks. So I haven't been able to rip packs in 3 weeks, so I haven't gotten anything good in the last 3 weeks. And then last night, on the first day of summer, break, my AC unit in my house broke down. So not only do I have to get my AC unit fixed in my house, I have to also still get my car out of the shop. And luckily for me, my sister owns a really nice townhouse about 15 minutes away from where I live, and we all spent the night over here, so I didn't have to go without AC. But so many crappy things that have been happening to me in the last month. I just haven't been able to catch a break until I got that Yao Ming. It made me really happy, and it made my weekend, to be honest. I don't want to like put so much importance on getting a really good pull, you know, a free digital basketball card from a company, but it really did make my day. It really did make my whole weekend, and to this day, I'm still really happy that I got this Yao Ming. It's like brought me so much damn happiness when playing this game. And like I said, I play a lot of 2K. 2K is my daily driver. I played every night for at least 6 to 8 hours. So you know, it's a good escape from any sort of stress, and it brings me a lot of joy. And having Yao Ming on the team is just awesome. But I can't believe it got 27,000 Twitter hits on Lethal's Twitter page. I didn't know about that, so thanks for telling me, Mainstream. I really appreciate that. Yo, what's good, Fleek? Good to see you around, my dude. Just grinding out the game like always. Since last week, since season 7 started, man. When I say I've been grinding this game a lot, you know, just to get free stuff, I'm kind of like no money spent nowadays. To get free stuff from this company since season 7 started, I've done stuff like grind to level 40 last week. I've been grinding the event. You know, the event has like 3 parts to it. You know, It's got the domination part, it's got the breakout portion, and then it also has the salary cap portion. That shit takes a whole day to complete, you know, or you have to break it into 2 days. So it's like since season 7 has started, this company's done a really good job at, like, I want to say bombarding me and overwhelming me with so many challenges to complete. It's been taking so much work to complete all of these challenges and keep up with it. It's been a lot. But I have to say, if somebody tells me, do I find it more rewarding than just like buying the Hall of Fame pass and getting to level 40, ripping packs every week? I want to say that I find no money spent a little bit frustrating because it's really hard to get good stuff from this company. But I do find it more fulfilling, and it is more fun. It does bring more fun to the game when you're not just paying for everything, when you're not paying for level skips, when you're not paying just to get rip packs to get that player. When you have to actually earn the MT to get that player, when you have to actually earn the level skips, when you actually have to complete, you know, challenges to get a free pack and then hope that it's something really good that you want, it does make the game more fun and more exciting, and it does give you something to look forward to, and it gives you more things to do in the game. So if people say, hey Indy, you've been like no money spent in the last month or two, I know I've been no money spent, but like I said, there's so many things that I have to deal with in real life, so many expenses that I have to take care of, that going no money spent for the last month or two has been real refreshing and pretty fun. I have to say, it's been giving me a lot of challenges to complete and just you know, things to look forward to each day, like a goal. So I have no complaints about going no money spent. Now, do I miss ripping packs? Man, I miss ripping packs like a fucking crackhead misses crack cocaine. That's how much I miss ripping packs. I watch so many pack openings nowadays. I never used to watch pack openings. I just used to do my own pack openings. I watch so many pack openings nowadays just to like fulfill that itch. And I miss ripping packs so much. I find ripping packs like really fun. It's highly addictive, but it's really fun. And I miss the shit out of it, you know. I miss the excitement out of it. I miss the gamble part of it. You know, I miss the aspect of wondering what you're about to get. I miss all of that when it comes to ripping packs. But right now, it just would be like so financially irresponsible of me to rip any packs, considering that my car's in the shop and my AC unit in my house is broke down the first day of summer. So I really can't afford to spend any money on ripping packs right now, and it's completely changed the way I play the game and the way I look at the game. And like I said, I love completing challenges and grinding the game out now. But I also feel bad for people that have to do no money spent, you know, from the very start of the game, you know, because it made me notice that this company is real greedy, and they really don't like to give out shit for free. They like to give out a lot of outdated cards when they don't count anymore, and they like to give out a lot of duplicates. And that's what I've noticed with being no money spent the last 2 seasons now. I've noticed that it is fun, you know, grinding the game out, but it's shitty when you grind the game out and this company gives you nothing but a dick in the ass, Diddy style. So that's the only thing I don't like, is I feel like, you know, if this company knows there's got to be a lot of people out there. They know that there's a lot of people out there that play this game no money spent. It should be more rewarding to those people.
54 seconds left in the third quarter.
Oh, McKnight, I know my Knicks are in trouble. They're in trouble for sure. They were in trouble after Game 1, after that devastating Game 1 loss with Tyrese Halliburton when Reggie Miller on them. They were in trouble after that game. The Knicks, I knew the Knicks were done after Game 1. They weren't gonna win, or they weren't gonna come back from that devastating loss. Sometimes when you're in the playoffs, if you take a loss that devastating, there's just no coming back from it. The other team owns you afterwards. And I didn't think the Knicks were gonna make a comeback.
No points yet. Duncan, pass to Irving. Here's Wilkins. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Knocks down the long J.
But
just incredible.
The playoffs this year for me, with the Lakers getting bounced out of the first round and then the Knicks losing the way they did to the Pacers in Game 1. I hate to say it, but sometimes when my teams are like out of the playoffs, I lose like interest in the playoffs because I'm that bummed out that my teams aren't in it. And I'm really bummed out that the Lakers aren't in it, and now I'm bummed out that the Knicks are done for.
More 2K action.
You know, but
in just a
what I
moment.
am happy is I hope that Oklahoma City wins it so we could all get like a really good invincible. I would love it if Oklahoma City wins it and they have to give us an invincible Chet or they have to give us an invincible SGA. I
And
would
it's time to
absolutely
bring up the
love that
State
if they
Farm
can give us
assist
like
of
a
the
really
game.
good invincible.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed.
I would then have
Zero
2 free
chance to
invincibles
stop that.
on my team that I didn't have to
An
pay for.
elite level dish. What a great passer.
I want to chat.
Fleek says, I'm grinding these challenges. I got the 10-pack box from the exchange. I got nothing from it
And there have been two
but
very
pink
different
diamonds and opals.
performances from these
You know,
teams
Fleek,
today.
that's all they
We
get
get
from
going
those
in quarter number 4.
10-pack
On the
boxes.
court
There's
right
always
now
a bunch
for
of
Portland.
outdated stuff
They've got CJ
and
McCollum.
stuff that
Also
you can't
Wesley
use at the
Matthews.
moment.
Miller is out there with Nicholas Batum.
You know, I hate it when I watch like somebody like JC2K and he opens up his free 10-pack box and he gets 2 Dark Matters out of his free 10-pack box. And that makes you think, man, if I grind out these challenges, I can get 2 Dark Matters out of it. Nope, it's not going to happen. And
Fires the 3. And the
I've grinded
three-pointer
away for
goes.
so many things. In the last 2 seasons, I've done so much grinding and I haven't gotten a free Dark Matter from anything yet. You know, from grinding out any mode or from any challenges.
There's not a whole lot you can
But
do
I still continue grinding because mostly I do it for
Pass to
the
Matthews.
event cards. I do think it's worth it to grind out for the event cards because a lot of these event cards are worth a lot of MT. I'm talking about more than 100,000. So I always say, and I try to tell people that I think the best thing you can do with your time if you're playing this game is grind out the events, get those event cards, and do the MT method. You know, especially if there's nothing that you want from the exchange and you don't want to take a risk, a gamble with those RNG packs. Do the MT method. Is really worth it if you do the MT method. And that's one thing I can't say. I can't speak negatively about 2K. 2K's done a great job with these events and making sure there's something for everyone. There's a little something for the whales. You know, if you want to spend money in the game, there's a lot of good cards in the exchange. But even if you don't want to spend money on the game and you still want to enjoy the events, they're giving you the opportunity now to grind out the events and work the MT method. You don't have to get anything from the exchange if there's nothing you like. Like I said, I don't ever risk any of my event cards on those RNG packs. I don't care if it says, oh, it's a 100 plus premium pack. I guarantee you, if you use your event cards on that 100 plus premium pack, there's nothing premium about it. They're going to give you either Patrick Ewing or they're going to give you Oscar Robertson. So I don't recommend using your event cards for the exchange. I recommend using your event cards and cash them in for the MT method. Oh, McKnight, Dark Matter Chet was so nice. I can't imagine how nice an invincible Chet would be. I really did like Dark Matter Chet. The only thing I didn't like about Dark Matter Chet was his strength. And I wasn't a biggest fan of Dark Matter Chet's release. He did not have the fastest release. It wasn't the easiest release to time. And I thought Dark Matter Akeem Olajuwon had a better release, had a better jumper. That's just my opinion. I thought Dark Matter Chet, I thought his release could have been a little bit better. I just wasn't digging it. For me, when it comes to bigs, I shot better with Dark Matter David Robinson, and I shot better with Dark Matter Akeem Olajuwon. Better than I did with Dark Matter Chet. That's just me being honest. It could be a me thing that I just wasn't good with shooting with Chet, but I felt more comfortable shooting with Dark Matter Akeem and Dark Matter David Robinson over that Dark Matter Chet. But I still did get a lot of I still had a lot of success with that card, just because of his height. Chet's height alone is a huge contributing factor in this game, just his height. You know, so for that reason alone, I would like to get an Invincible Chet on the team. That would be awesome. But I would also like Invincible SGA because you get a really tall point guard. We would be getting, all of us would be getting a really tall point guard. And I think that's probably the most important thing to have on the team is a really tall point guard. But you can't go wrong. If Oklahoma City wins, we're going to get a good Invincible out of it.
Number 8 now. Lillard left side. Pass to Lopez.
But that's kind of shitty that the reason why I'm rooting for. But I also like Oklahoma City in real life. I love SGA. SGA has become one of my favorite players now. I've always liked Chet since day one. I always thought that he was gonna be real successful in the NBA just because of his body. I was like, this guy's a freak of nature. Like, there's no way that Chet isn't gonna be amazing in the NBA. And so I've liked Oklahoma City since day one. I used to be a real big fan of Oklahoma City when they had James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russ all on the team. Oklahoma City always does a really good job at building like a young core, like a little big three, like a young core of players that, you know, they kind of let, you know, grow together. I think Oklahoma City does a really good job at putting together a team naturally. You know, they do it through the draft and or through small trades. They're not out there trying to get big names or big superstars. They mostly do it through the draft. And that's what I like about OKC. They kind of do it the way the Warriors did it.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind
oh, no, that's for sure, Fleek. Oh, for sure. They might just fucking do us dirty, and they might give us that Jalen card. You know, they might give us an invincible Jalen. So, trust me when I say that that's what I'm expecting from this company. You're so right about that, man.
Here's Duncan. There's the three.
They could easily do us dirty like that. I just hope they don't do us dirty like that, and they give us a card that we actually want. Like, give us the SGA, man. Give us the Chet. Could you imagine how fucking happy you would make this community if you gave us Chet and fucking or SGA? And I feel like it's the end of the lifespan of this game. And if you want to get us back and excited for, you know, 2K26. And, you know, 2K needs to do something right now to hook us, you know, to get us back, to get us to want to play 2K26 on day one. Because as of right now, I'm kind of like, I'm not even looking forward to 2K26 and starting over. Like, the game usually doesn't get good until like season 3, around Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. That's when the game really picks up. So if you want to hook all of us, you know, for next year, you know, so we could all be back on season 1, they gotta start giving us some good shit right now. Yo, what up, mozzarella sticks? Yo, I just want to thank everybody that stopped through. I want to thank Fleek, Mainstream, mozzarella sticks,
and it's CJ McCollum in for Matthews.
Who else came through? McKnight, Head Honcho, everyone that's stopped through, hit the like button and show some love. I really appreciate you guys, for real, fam. Appreciate you guys hanging out and just talking about 2K. Because that's pretty much all I do all day, every day. The other day, somebody hit me up and was like, Indy, you haven't streamed in the last 2 to 3 days. Is everything okay? I'm okay. Everything's been fine. I've just been real busy with real life problems. And just been real busy grinding the game. They give me so many damn challenges to complete. But like I said, sometimes it's a bit bombarding. It's a bit overwhelming to, you know, try to complete all of this and then also do it, you know, while you're streaming. It becomes a lot of work. But like I said, I've been completing everything. Every single challenge has been completed pretty much since like season 4. I've been on this type of grind.
Back to right.
And like I want to say, I've really been enjoying it and kind of like appreciating it more since like season 5, 6.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Duncan. The offensive rebound.
You know, once I hit 10 million MT, once I hit that goal of mine, there was pretty much no more, there was no reason to rip packs anymore once I hit 10 million MT. Once you hit a number like 10 million MT, it allows you so much financial freedom, not only in the game, but in real life. Once you reach 10 million MT in the game, you really don't have to spend any more on this game. There's no need for it. Once you can afford every card in the auction house, or once you have the flexibility to try out every card in the auction house and keep the ones you want and resell the ones you don't want. There's no reason to spend in the game like that anymore, especially once you've hit like 10 mil MT. And like I said, my car in the shop and my fucking AC unit in my house just busted on me on the first day of summer. So there's too many real life problems that I got right now to spend irresponsibly on the game.
It's always a great feeling.
Okay, hold on, Steve. I'll read your last messages.
This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
Okay, I want to read some messages from Fleek because they kind of mean a lot to me. And on the real, they kind of mean a lot. By the way, Indy, I just want to say I'm glad we moved on and past everything, man. Life's too short to bring each other down. Brother, stay up, man. Stay positive. For a while, me and Fleek were kind of beefing a little bit. And the beef started just over stupid shit. Just a few comments that they weren't even like non-true comments from Fleek. Fleek was like, damn, Indy, the beginning of seasons 1, 2, and 3, Fleek made a comment like, Indy, you spend more time ripping packs than actually playing the game. And I got kind of upset at those comments, and I was like, Fleek, what are you fucking talking about? And I don't appreciate you saying that when I have people watching and I'm trying to build up my channel. And he was like, oh, you spend too much time ripping packs and you need to get back to playing the game. You suck ass at Park. And I really took offense to that and really got upset with that because I was like, hey, I'm a pretty good Park player. I thought I was a pretty decent Park player. I'm always going out there, getting my numbers, 8, 10, 12 points. But he was completely right. I was spending too much time, just paying to play the game, paying to rip packs and get players like that, paying to get to level 40, not spending time playing the game as much as I should be and practicing the game and honing my craft and honing my skills. And he was right. I was spending too much money on the game, and also I was fucking sucking ass at Park. Even though I was going out there and getting my numbers, I really wasn't doing too much winning. My team wasn't winning the way we should have been winning. And I took offense to the stuff he said, and the beef between me and Fleek got so out of control and wild, and I could always tell there was tension between us. And we're always in a lot of the same chats and a lot of the same streams. And I just want to say life is too short to spend time arguing with a friend or, over stupid shit. Life is too short to argue with friends and be negative. So I always say stay positive and show love to your friends and family because, like I said, life is too short and you never know when they're going to be gone. And 1 minute a person could be here and the next minute, due to life circumstances, they could be gone. So always appreciate people while you have them in your life. And don't waste time beefing or don't waste time on negativity. So I love it that Fleek is over here, in my live stream, in the chat, chatting away about the thing I love and I'm the most passionate about, which is NBA2k. And I love having a friend back that, I could just, anytime I see him, I know he's ready to talk about 2K for 20, 30 minutes straight. And that's what I love about Fleek. And I'm just glad that just to have him back as a friend and stuff. So I really appreciate you being back, Fleek.
It takes two. It was M.
My buddy did the 100 pack for 3 event go cards and got Ant. Yeah, you see, shit like that could happen. You could rip those Hall of Fame boxes and the 100 that's going to come, it's not a 100 option pack. You can get a really crappy 100 out of those Hall of Fame boxes. And then if you're dumb enough to rip all 3 of them, you can get that Invincible pack. And that Invincible pack could be Gary Payton. So, sometimes these Hall of Fame boxes and especially the 51 Super Pack, they've kind of become a huge scam. And I'm so glad that I've got 10 million MT and I could just step back and step away from them and take a break from having to rip so much, because having 10 million MT, not only does it afford you MT freedom in the game to buy all the players you want, but it also allows you some financial freedom in real life just to take a break from spending. And now that I've got 10 million MT stacked up, I don't feel like really the necessity to spend on the game like that. And I'm just glad I don't have to, especially when I'm kind of hurting for money, since my car's in the shop and my AC unit is busted on the first day of summer. So I'm just glad that I'm really not spending the way I used to. And I'm glad somebody like Fleek even called me out on it. Oh, mozzarella sticks. My family's going out for my wife is going back to her mother's house for the weekend because that's where the car is. Her mechanic is taking a look at it. She's got a really good mechanic. So the car's, with the mechanic near where my mother-in-law lives, which is in Lakeland. So this weekend, I'm going to have the whole house to myself again. And during the weekend, mozzarella sticks, I'm taking on every single person from the chat. So whoever wants to play in some 5v5, I'm not much of a park player. If you want to team up, I'll play you. I'll run some games with you at the park. But for the most part, on the weekends, I love to take on people from the chat in 5v5. That's my thing. I love to play Showdown. On the weekends, I'm taking on all challenges, you know, for the whole day. So if anybody wants to play any showdown this weekend and run up some 5v5, that's what I'm doing the whole weekend.
Bet I got some upgrades.
Mozzarella sticks, I haven't made any upgrades to my team. The only upgrade that I've made was that I did get Yao Ming. That was the only upgrade that I made. And yeah, it was a huge upgrade. Having Yao Ming on my team is a game changer. And having Yao Ming on my team has made a complete huge difference. I love running Yao Ming. I can't explain how much of a difference having Yao Ming on the team makes. It makes a huge difference having that much of an impactful player, that much of an elite player. He's 7'7". His wingspan is huge. He's just a great player to have on the team. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to complete right now, guys, is the splash zone challenges. And it looks like I've got a good amount of it done just from that one game of domination. So we should be done with this in a few more games of Dom.
I finally got 100 overall.
But that's all I'm doing. Like I said, I just woke up like around 12:30. And this is how I start my day. I always start my day off with something light, either some dominations or some challenges to complete. But I don't ever start my day off with like showdown or even salary cap. I just think that's too sweaty of a way to start my day off. So I always start my day off by trying to complete some challenges and just doing some light work. Nothing too sweaty, nothing too stressful, or I don't like dealing with tryhards as soon as I wake up. And usually as soon as I wake up, the first thing I want to do is make some MT. Yo, what up, Jacob? Good to see you, my dude. I got 100 Anthony Davis. Jacob, I've got a question for you. How much do you like that 100 overall Anthony Davis? Because I noticed that his prices come down a little bit in the auction house. And guys, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the cards in the auction house, especially the Dark Matters and even the 100s, are starting to come down in price. A lot of the 100s are looking pretty affordable now, and there's a few of them, quite a few of them, that are below $1 million MT now. Like you can get Chris Webber below 1 mil. You can get Penny Hardaway below 1 mil. You can get Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, James Worthy, below all of those cards for below 500,000. So there's a lot of cards right now in the auction house that you can get on the super low. They're pretty affordable and cheap. And Anthony Davis was one of the cards that I was looking at because I think he's come down to about 600,000 MT. And I would like to get Anthony Davis on the team for sure. I would like to run 100 overall Anthony Davis right next to Yao Ming. I know some people think that Anthony Davis is a little bit small to run the 4. I would say that Anthony Davis is a little bit small to run at the 5 because he's only 6'10". But I don't believe at 6'10" he's too small to run at the 4. Matter of fact, if you're running Anthony Davis at the 4, I think you have a really versatile, a really athletic stretch 4. And I think Anthony Davis makes for a perfect stretch 4. So I would love to run Anthony Davis next to Yao Ming. That's what I would like to do. And I'm kind of waiting to see if Anthony Davis will come down in price a little bit more. Nowadays, I'm more comfortable with paying like maybe 500,000 for Anthony Davis. I don't want to pay 600,000 or 700,000, which is what he's currently going for. He's going for about 600,000 or 700,000.
And the layup's good off the glass.
But he looks really good.
Hits points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Hey Jacob, when you do get online, send me a picture of your team. I want to see what your team is looking like now that you got Anthony Davis. I don't know why I'm shooting so bad out here today, but I'm shooting pretty bad.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Oh, Jacob, Fleek, I was just talking about that the other day. If you don't have the MT, let's say, if you weren't lucky enough to get Wilt Chamberlain, which, that 100 Wilt was a phenomenal card, and it still is. But, it cost a lot of, real-life money to get Wilt out of the exchange. And it took a lot of grinding and a lot of money to get that Wilt Chamberlain. So if you missed out on Wilt Chamberlain and you don't want to spend $2 to $3 million to get that 100 Shaq, and you don't have that 4 to 6 million to get that invincible Shaq, let me tell you, 100 overall Dwight Howard is just as good as 100 Wilts. I feel like he is just as good as 100 Shaq. He might not be as good as those two cards because he's not as big as them, and I feel like 100 Wilt shot a little bit better. He had better form, a better jumper. But Dwight Howard, his jumper really isn't that bad. It's way better than Patrick Ewing's jumper. I had Patrick Ewing, and his jumper was so bad I got rid of him. I still want Patrick Ewing back if I can get him for 200,000 or less than 300,000. A little bit less than 350. I would pick up Patrick Ewing again. But he was a pretty good card. He just didn't have a good jumper. But Dwight Howard actually has a decent jumper. Dwight Howard is not the fastest jumper. It's pretty slow, but it's greenable. So if you can't get Shaq and you couldn't get Wilt Chamberlain, but you want like a really good interior big, a really good big man, I would say get Dwight Howard. And if you don't want to spend that kind of MT on Dwight Howard, I would highly suggest go get Dark Matter Kareem. He's super cheap, super affordable. You can get him for like 300,000 MT right now, maybe a little bit cheaper. And Dark Matter Kareem is just as good as I want to say a 100 Dwight Howard. He's almost just as good. So you have a lot of options at the 5 nowadays. I feel like if you can't afford, one of these stretch 5s, there's a lot of 5s you can get. And Dwight Howard is actually really, really underrated and really overlooked, and I completely agree with Fleek on that. I'm still trying to get 100 overall and 99 LeBron James. I'll send you my team. Jacob, another thing, Dark Matter King James, I love that card. I still miss it to this day. I had a LeBron James that had 36 legends, and when I sold them, it was when the market was at a really low point, and I only got 600,000 for a King James that had 36 legends. And not even a week or two later, I saw a King James that had 32 or 34 legends, and he sold for like 1.1 million. And I want to say that Dark Matter LeBron James, all badged up, that card is I want to say that card is probably better than the Invincible PG-13 they gave us. So if you're not a fan of that Invincible PG-13 that they gave us for free, supposedly, I would go get Dark Matter King James, or most importantly, I would go get Dark Matter Michael Beasley if you don't like your Invincible Paul George. Like, that card was a little bit of a letdown for some people. I like my Invincible PG-13. He worked out well for me. He's in my starting lineup. But if you don't like Invincible PG-13, which a lot of people don't, I would say go get Dark Matter King James or go get Dark Matter Beasley. I want to say Dark Matter Beasley is slightly better than Invincible on PG-13, and I would even say that in Dark Matter King James, all badged up, is just as good as PG-13, if not slightly better. You could run with either card. You're going to get the same kind of production out of a PG-13, Michael Beasley, and a King James. You're going to get the same kind of production out of all three of those cards.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love,
I've been saving my VC nowadays. And what I mean by I've been saving on my VCs, I'm just not buying any VC lately. I just haven't had the urge to really rip for anything. Hey, what is the point of ripping packs? If we're in May, we're in season fucking 7, guys. Season 7 is almost over, and 2K still wants to give us, their fan base, the community, the people that keep them in business when it comes to this basketball game. They still want to give us a less than 1% chance of getting a 100. The pack odds are so bad at even getting a Dark Matter, and we're in season 7, and the pack odds, the percentages are still super low at just getting a Dark Matter. So sometimes I kind of feel like, this company can't even give us improved pack odds. Like, why should I be giving them my money when I don't have to? I could understand if I was dead broke and I didn't have any MT and I couldn't buy any players out of the auction house, because the game is very boring. It's very stale when you don't have that MT flexibility and you can't go into the auction house and buy new players and try new players out. The game gets very boring. So when you are, you know, in that kind of, you know, state, you do have to rip packs. But now that I don't have to rip packs, I'm like, what's the point? You know, the pack odds are so bad. The chances of me pulling an invincible, it's fucking slim to none. You know, so I just don't appreciate that. And you know, last year when I started playing the game in 2K24, I thought maybe the game was just like that last year because there was no auction house. It was all gambling based last year. But this year I feel like the game has gotten even worse, like with the greed and the gambling, and it's kind of sad.
Yao kicks to Wilkins. Sinks the triple. Wilkins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Yao just.
But that's the only thing I don't like about the game this year is how difficult it is to, you know, get the players you want, how expensive and costly the game has become, and how out of control the auction house, you know. Like I said, I started playing the game. I started playing MyTeam last year with the player market and the pack market. So this is my first year with the auction house, and I never thought that the cost of players were going to get so out of control, like a 20 million MT Victor Wembanyama or 10 million MT for Yao Ming. That's so ridiculous, you know. It's pretty outrageous how much, you know, some of these cards will cost you in real life money. Yo, what up, Joe? What up, him? Yo, what up, Bats? Again, I appreciate all of you guys swinging through and hanging out, and really appreciate you guys showing the love and just hanging out with me, talking about 2K and watching me grind out the game, because this is pretty much what I do all day. If you guys are ever wondering, I wonder what the fuck Indie 2K is up to right now. Believe me, 9 out of 10 times I'm in my house, in my bedroom, grinding out the game, pissing off my whole family because I'm not spending enough time with them, and just grinding out the game. And you know, I'm just glad that nowadays I'm not also spending too much money on the game. Like, I really toned that down. Joe, I absolutely love Yao Ming. Yao Ming makes Galaxy Opal Wemby look like doo-doo. That's how great Yao Ming is. Yao Ming is so good that the card will run for me till the end, till the end of the game, so the lifespan of the game is over with. The card is elite. The card is epic. It's an S tier card that, like I said, it could run till the end of the game. The only thing that could replace 100 Yao is just GOAT Yao. That's the only thing that could replace it. I want to say that 100 Yao is probably just as good as Invincible Wemby because he is 4 inches taller than Wemby. Yao Ming is 7'7" with a bigger wingspan, and the card is just amazing. There's nothing that the card doesn't do on an elite level. He rebounds, he blocks shots, he plays defense. He's got a 99 speed. They gave this Yao Ming a 99 speed. Once you give 7'7" Yao Ming a 99 speed, the card is unstoppable. It's completely cracked. There's no way to stop this card with a 99 speed. So to me, I got the best card in the game, if you ask me. You know, so I'm so happy with it. Like, I've been on the game since season 7 started. I've been on the game, like, I feel like 24/7, man.
Irving with it. Back to Yao.
Nowadays, I'm on the game so much that there's a lot of times where I'm like passing out in front of the game, just falling asleep in front of the game and waking up like 4 to 5 hours later with the PlayStation still on and the game still on, and I kind of just wake up and I just get back to the grinding and shit.
12 points in the game.
I kind of feel like the Italian Carlo. And to me, that's why I like Carlo so much, and Decentric. Those are the only 2 people that I really ever see grinding out the game, you know, completing all of these challenges and getting the agendas done and getting the free packs from it and hoping to get something good. I don't ever see anyone else, you know, grinding out the game or, you know, playing the game with any sort of love and passion anymore.
On the finish, Irving.
I feel like most of the streamers are just on the weekends. They're like, hey, I'm here on the weekends. But I don't ever see them, you know, actually grinding out the events and, you know, working the MT method. And I'm just kind of here to do that with you guys, and work the MT method and shit. And try to show you guys how to stack up MT and try to show you guys how to get some free players out of this company. Because, this year especially, if you don't want to spend, you can't get shit. I feel bad for no money spent people sometimes, and I'm just trying my best to show you guys how to hopefully get something good from this company.
They need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Big miscommunication.
Oh, Hem, it's like that sometimes, man. You know, sometimes it's just me on all fucking day. Sometimes I'll be streaming for, you know, and I don't even call it like a marathon stream. I don't call it a 24-hour stream. I don't boast about it. I don't make a fucking big deal. I'm not like, oh, look at me. I'm almost at 2,000 subs. I just start, you know, I spark up the stream and I start playing the game for the love of the game, for the love of fucking basketball, for the love of hoops, you know, for the love of 5v5 and to compete. You know, and to play against people from the chat. You know, I want to see where I rank amongst my peers in the community and where I stand. So I do it all for the love of the game because I love to actually play the game.
And a new group in for the Knicks.
Not that I love it as much as I loved it last year. Last year, I was so in love and obsessed with the game. Oh my God, I was on the game for like 8-10 hours a night. This year, I'm on the game for like 6-8 hours a day. But on the weekends, I'm always on for at least like 10 to 12 hours a day. I know I gotta get out there and touch more grass. It's the beginning of the summer, and I gotta get out there and I gotta do some more summer things. But I hate not completing any challenges and then having to worry like, hey, what did I leave on the table? What did I not get from that pack? You know, so 2K does a great job of creating FOMO, and I'm making you feel like if you don't complete that challenge, like, hey, you just missed out on a bunch of MT, or you just missed out on a Dark Matter pack, or you just missed out on a 100 pack. And this season, with Season 7 and also Season 6, they did a really good job of keeping me on the game and keeping it fun and entertaining, and keeping me, like, wanting to grind and complete that challenge so I can get that free 100 pack. And they've made it really worth it. They made it really, you know, the incentives have been pretty good this season. So I feel like if 2K can keep this up, you know, right now I feel like the game is in a really good state. You know, they could just keep it up, keep dropping good challenges, keep making the game fun, keep making it feel like it's rewarding and worth it. Keep giving the no money spent people opportunities to stack up MT from the events. Keep giving the whales something to look forward to, you know, by keeping all of that expensive stuff in the exchange and out of our sight. And so the game has been really giving something to everyone. It's been real giving. The last, I want to say, since about Season 6, the game's been really giving. So I can't sit here and complain and say, oh, you know, the game doesn't give me anything good for free, or the game, you know, hasn't been that rewarding. If you just grind it out and complete your challenges, it may take some time and you're gonna feel at times that, hey, the game isn't rewarding and the prizes suck. But if you just continue grinding out the game, I promise you, eventually this company will reward you for spending time in the game. They will spit you out something to make all of that grinding worth the time. And when they gave me Yao Ming, I just couldn't even fucking believe my eyes when they gave me Yao. I was like thinking to myself, like, damn, I've got 10 million MT stacked up. The algorithms know that. They can see that I've got 10 mil stacked up, and they still gave me Yao Ming. It was like one of the happiest days of the year so far. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of shit, like my car breaking down, and then my AC unit broke down in my house yesterday. And so getting Yao Ming was one of the cooler things that have happened to me in the last couple of months. Made me real happy.
Hits the three-point bomb. Irving's got 17 now.
I love a big man who can pass. Great instincts. Duncan finds the open man there for the bucket.
Lobs it up for Anthony.
The only bad thing about, you know, having so much, you know, to complete and grind is that my little boy, my little boy is only 7 and he just graduated from 1st grade. When I'm constantly grinding the game, he constantly misses me. And so I feel like for the summer, I gotta, you know, start doing more things with my little boy. I always tell people, family over 2K, you know, always try to make sure you spend time with your family and friends, and don't neglect your girl, don't be neglecting your family, you know, just to grind out the game. Even though the game is really fun and highly addictive, and you always want to be, I always want to be on the sticks. I go to sleep thinking about the game, I wake up thinking about the game. It's the first thing I want to do as soon as I wake up. But you know, you always got family and friends, you know, that should come first. And
Knicks out front, opening up a huge gap.
You want to go swimming?
Got more action coming your way after this break.
Do you have your swimming stuff with you? Okay, let me finish out this last game, and then afterwards we'll go swimming. Okay? Okay? Okay, why don't you go get your swimming stuff on so we can go. And then I'll be done in like 10 minutes and we'll go swimming. This game is gonna take maybe 10 minutes and then we'll go swimming, okay? I promise. Alright, go set a timer. Okay, I'll set the timer on my phone. Yo, what up, Jeremy? My plan with Yao Ming is that now I want to build like a really good lineup around Yao Ming. Like before, I didn't even really want to spend my MT before. I was just kind of waiting for the GOATs to come out, and I was holding on to all of my MT waiting for the GOAT cards to come out. But like I said, we're in season 7. We're almost in the middle of season 7, and I've been holding on to this MT since like season 4 is when I started stacking up my MT, and now I've got 10 million MT. I'm so bored of stacking up MT at this point. I'm so bored of holding on to MT that I kind of want to just start spending it. I want to splurge a little bit, and I want to build a really good lineup around Yao Ming. I want to run Yao Ming at the 5. I want to run Shaq at the 4. I want to run Dark Matter Giannis at the 3. I want to get 100 overall Ben Simmons at the 1. So I have so many plans to build a team around this Yao Ming. Once you get a card like this, once you get a card like a Wemby, a Yao Ming, you have no other choice but to completely build around that card. You know, normally I build around LeBron James, but I love this Yao Ming card way too much, and I'm gonna just build my whole lineup around him, and I'm gonna put a bunch of shooters and a bunch of defenders around him. But I love this Yao Ming. This Yao Ming card is I want to say he's my favorite card of the year. Until I got this card, I want to say that my favorite card of the year was Dr. J, Pink Diamond Dr. J, and Dark Matter Dr. J, and Giannis and King James were some of my favorite cards of the year. But now that I've got this 100 Yao, I just love this card way too much.
It's rebounded by New York.
It's the funnest card to play with in the game. The only card that would be more fun than playing with 100 Yao would be GOAT Yao. GOAT Yao last year was the best card in the game. I had so much fun with GOAT Yao last year. GOAT Yao last year was slightly better than GOAT Wemby last year. But I had fun with both cards last year. And this year, I can't believe that I was so lucky, so privileged to get 100 Yao Ming. It was crazy. And I still can't believe that it got... My reaction to getting Yao Ming got 27,000 hits on Twitter. That blows my mind away. I didn't even know that until mainstream 2K came in the room and was like, "Hey, you're all over Twitter with 27,000 views. That's how many reaction, you know, how many hits your reaction got to getting Yao Ming." It was crazy when I got Yao Ming. My son was in the room with me. We were both really fucking excited and hyped up. We both couldn't believe we got Yao Ming. You know, I was just talking to him, telling him how good Yao Ming was and that it was the best card in the game and how badly I wanted the card. And next thing I know, there it was right in front of my eyes, and 2K fucking gave it to me. Yo, that's what everyone's calling me nowadays, Dalton. The guy with the Yao Ming luck. It's crazy that it got... Lethal 2K posted my reaction to getting Yao Ming on his Twitter, and it got 27,000 hits. I couldn't believe that shit, man. That blows me away. That that many people know about me getting Yao Ming and shit. It's crazy. You're right, Mozzarella Sticks. Everyone is better than Patrick Ewing this year. Everyone had a better jumper than Patrick Ewing. From Dwight Howard, everyone had a better jumper. Some of the worst jumpers this year were on 100s. 100 Patrick Ewing has a really bad jumper. 100 Oscar Robinson has a terrible jumper. And also 100 overall Clyde Drexler. His jumper is not the best. You gotta get it. takes a long time to get used to shooting with Clyde Drexler. So some of these 100s, they didn't give them the best releases. They didn't improve their jumpers or upgrade them. Definitely, there was a lot of these 100s that did not get improved and upgraded jumpers, and I don't know why. Once we get to the 100s, they should be getting, new SIGs, new, dunk animations. It's a 100. 100 Invincible PG-13 should not look and feel like the Pink Diamond PG-13. Invincible Shaq should not be the same as, 100 Shaq. There should be some improvements when, the player, goes up in tier.
Don't love him, but he's pretty good.
And Calderon drops them both.
Dylan, let me tell you, Dylan, I've been contemplating that the whole week ever since this event started, and I saw that there was a 100 plus premium pack in the exchange.
From deep.
It depends on how many 100s you have in your collection. If you have a bunch of 100s in your collection, I would not recommend getting the premium pack, because the premium 100 pack is all RNG. And I think it's more than likely you're going to get a duplicate 100 instead of getting, something you really want or something you need. And if you do get something that you don't have in your collection, it's most likely going to be one of the lower ranking 100s, like a 100 Big O, or 100 Patrick Ewing, or 100 Clyde Drexler. You're going to get one of those 100s from the Tuesday promo. You're not going to get one of those, premium 100s. So if you really like...
crowd every time he steps on the hardwood, they don't call him the human highlight for nothing.
If you really like Jermaine O'Neal, Dylan, I would say go with Jermaine O'Neal, because at least it's then a guaranteed player that you like and that you know is going to fit your system, it's going to fit your play style, and you want him. But if you really don't like Jermaine O'Neal, maybe you could take a risk, a gamble with the 100 premium pack. But again, I think those 100 premium packs are a huge scam. They spit out nothing but duplicates, and if you get something new, it's a lower ranking card. It's going to be one of the lower ranking 100s. It's not going to be a premium 100. I think the chances of you getting like a Yao Ming or like Shaq, it's pretty slim to none. I still can't believe I've got Yao Ming. But that's what I'm saying. That's my thoughts and opinions on it. If you really like Jermaine O'Neal and he fits your play style and he's a player you want and need and you could use him, go for it, because it's a guaranteed, good player that you want and that you actually need.
Defensively there in the low post. You gotta be tough.
And if you have too many 100s in your collection, I would say you stay away from that 100 premium pack, because you're most likely gonna get a duplicate. Now, if you don't have that many 100s, so let's say if your only 100 in your lineup is Tim Duncan, and then I would say, man, go for it, because you might get something good. But most likely you're gonna get either Big O. You're going to most likely get Patrick Ewing. You're going to most likely get Clyde or Dwight Howard out of that. Or maybe you might get Chris Webber or
and he's really made the
Devin
most
Booker.
of his opportunities today. I mean,
it seems like the free 100 packs, they all spit out the same cards over and over. I see a lot of Chris Webbers, a lot of D-Books, a lot of Patrick Ewings.
He's got 12.
I do have multiple 100s, not a bunch, but I'm pretty stacked at the small forward and power forward. I got 100 Tatum, Paulo, and Weber, and Anthony Davis. I need a point guard or shooting guard, is why I was contemplating the risk. Dylan, if you need a point guard, I would go after that Hito Turkoglu, because I've seen a lot of videos where a lot of people say that 100 Hito that could play the point guard, he's as good as getting Ben Simmons to play the point. Remember, Hito Turkoglu is a 6'10" small forward that could run the point guard position. Ben Simmons is a 6'10" small forward that plays the point guard position. So I would say if you're in need of a point guard, I would go after 100 Hito, because that card to me is going to be just as good as 100 Ben Simmons playing the point. And nowadays, with the way the game is in the lower, in the later stages of the game, when you're entering end game, you always need a big point guard, when you enter, end game. Right now is not the time for you to be running Ja Morant at the point. Right now is not the time for you to be running John Wall at the point. You need a big point guard at this stage of the game. So if you can get the 100 Hito plays the point, I would say that to me is way better. I'm a way bigger fan of getting 6'10" Hito Turkoglu to play your point guard than I am of you getting Jermaine O'Neal. I don't think there's anything special about getting Jermaine O'Neal. I would even want Patrick Ewing before I get Jermaine O'Neal. So if I was you, my best advice, what I would recommend doing is getting Hito Turkoglu.
And guys, boy, when
especially if you don't have the MT to buy like a Ben Simmons out of the auction house. Hito Turkoglu, I think he's going to be just as good. He'll probably shoot better than 100 Ben Simmons. For sure, he's going to have a better jumper than Ben Simmons. So if you're in need of a point guard and a small forward, I would go with Hito.
From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout.
You know what, Dylan? I didn't get a chance to play with Hito's Galaxy Opal, and sometimes you are right. If the card has like a bad card earlier in the season, like let's say you didn't like Hito's Galaxy Opal, you might not like Hito Turkoglu as a 100 then. So that's also something you have to consider. That if you didn't like his Galaxy Opal, you might not like his 100 card at all, unless they gave him, you know, improved SIGs, improved animations, and a better jumper. And I'm sure for the 100 Hito Turkoglu, I'm sure they must have, you know, sped up the jumper and improved it. But that's who I would go with. I would personally go with Hito at the point if I had that option. How many event cards do you need to get point guard Hito? I sold my 100K for 500,000. He had 15 legends. 100K sold last night for 830,000. Reason number 10 why I won't play my team next year. Dalton, isn't that always the case? You see the same exact card. We all do it. Before we sell any of our cards, we always check the auction house to see how much our card is going for, how much it's worth. And usually your card that you're about to sell is always selling for something crazy. You're like, oh my God, my card is selling for 800,000. I got to cash in on my card right now. And then you go to sell that same exact card that just sold for like 800,000. But for some reason, when you sell it, you only get 600,000. And that's always the case. And the reason for that is because the auction house is not controlled by us, the 2K community. The auction house is controlled by 2K themselves. And when they see somebody selling a card and maybe you have a lot of MT stacked up in your account, they're not going to let you continue stacking up a bunch of MT. Why would they when they want you to get back to ripping packs? And if they let you cash in for every card that you sell, and they let you get top dollar for every card that you sell, you would have no reason to rip packs. And that's why I say that the auction house isn't controlled by the 2K community. It's controlled by 2K themselves. They dictate how much you're actually going to get for that card. They dictate, you know, when to take it off the auction house or when to let up people see it or not see it. You know, they dictate how much you're going to get or not get for that card. Just like I said, there was the other day I sold a Dark Matter King James that had 36 legends on it. I only got 600,000 for it. Right now, if you sell a Dark Matter King James with 36 legends, you're gonna get $1 million MT for that Dark Matter. But when I sold it, I only got 600,000. So that's why I say that, you know, the auction house really isn't controlled by us. It's more like it's a dictatorship and it's controlled by 2K. But yeah, I feel your struggle, your pain, Dalton. It happens.
Off target with his three.
You always want to get top dollar for your card, and it hardly ever happens.
Target from outside.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going.
And I hate when shit like that happens. It makes you hate the game. It makes you not want to play the game next year. You know what I mean? And I feel like if 2K wants to hook people back into the game and you want to hook us back for next year, you better start spitting out some good shit, 2K. You better start spitting out some good fucking prizes. You know, these rewards better get a lot better. And that's the only way 2K is going to hook me in for next year. If I have a really good end game with them, and so far they just gave me Yao Ming. I'm having a blast with, you know, with the end of 2K25.
Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter.
What I'm really looking forward to is, I'm looking forward to see if I can get any GOATs on my team. I can't wait for the GOAT cards to drop.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc.
Oh, another thing, Dalton and Mozzarella 6 that I hate is that sometimes even when you sell a card and you break even or you make a couple of $100,000 off of the transaction, you're really not making that much MT off of the transactions. Most of the time, you're barely breaking even. Because remember, 2K charges you a 10% sales tax on the fake digital card, on your fake fictional digital, virtual currency. They charge you 10% on your fake digital virtual currency. And that's bananas to me, guys, that like we got to get hit with a 10% sales tax on fake digital cards, on fake digital currency. Like, it's just a little bit too much, 2K. But again, they'll find any reason, any way possible to take MT out of your pockets and for you to get back to ripping packs to make more MT. And that's what they want.
I like their defense today.
So
we don't talk about that side of the
that's
ball.
The only negative about the company this year is that the greed and has been out of control. But it's pretty insane that there's a 10% tax on fake digital currency, that we're using to buy fake digital cards with. No, it's been my casino since I want to say last year, Mozzarella Sticks. You're right about that. Instead of calling it NBA2K, we might as well call it My Casino and say that it has a basketball game on the side that you get to play. Because really, this is really just a casino game. It's a gambling game with a side basketball game that you play.
Henderson outside. And here's Davis for three. No good.
Like sometimes you're doing so much damn, Today I was watching Carlos from Carlos's story. He was ripping packs for like 4 hours straight. Like the guy didn't even look happy. He looked miserable because he's out there trying to get the card that he wants. And he's out there ripping packs for 4 hours straight. Now he does this once a week. When do you get to actually play the game if you're just constantly gambling on the game? And that's what the game has become. It's become a huge gambling game. But guys, my son just got home. He's been waiting. He's been so patiently waiting for me. He wants me to take him out swimming. I'm gonna take him out swimming. We're gonna go do some stuff and hang out. I'm gonna go do some daddy duties. And I'll be back later on tonight. And I gotta complete some challenges. I gotta do what is it? The splash zone. I gotta get my 10-pack box. And then I also have to complete salary cap. I want to get to 2,500 points tonight. I just want to get that out the way tonight and get it over with. And then I'm most likely also going to grind out some showdown. So peace out, 2K community. I do it for the 2K culture. Stay savage, never average. Love you, fam. Peace. Yao Ming is great.